One of the only times you are really going to feel the government intruding in your life is when they decide to start searching things. And the odor of cannabis gives law enforcement probable cause when that smell is coming from your car on a traffic stop. They're going to tear your car apart and they're not even going to put it back together well. Like the plastic pieces won't even go back together well again. It's a big mess. In this recent case of State v. Fortin, this came out on February 20th, and this is February 24th when I'm taping this. So this is pretty recent. This guy gets pulled over for a traffic infraction, and he's got a little baggie of weed right there in the center console, and he has a medical card. However, the cop sees the weed and decides, everybody out, I'm searching this car. He's like, I got a medical card. He's like, I don't care. Because the weed was not in the dispensary container. Right now, the dispensaries are legally required to keep that in the container. There is a statute, believe it or not, that actually addresses this. Florida statute 318.986 subsection 14 requires that medical marijuana must remain in its original packaging, folks. That it is not a crime to remove it from its original packaging, but it is the law that it must remain in its original packaging, which is kind of odd because I don't know of any other drug that must be in its original packaging. Anyway, this was not in its original packaging. The cops searched everywhere, and Fortin got charged with a gun. He's got a felony conviction prior, and therefore it was possession of firearm by a convicted felon. Therefore, it was carrying a concealed firearm by a convicted felon, etc., etc. Now, the trial court threw out the convictions and said, we have legal hemp now, right? Hemp looks exactly like weed. This cop could not tell the difference between that baggie of hemp and that baggie of weed. Therefore, you don't get to search the car. Plus, we have medical marijuana. Again, he could legally possess that. You don't get to search the car. And this is a setback. This Fortin case is a setback. I don't like it. I really think it could be overturned soon. Well, soon meaning years. But this is not well decided because when you have all the moving parts about whether you can intrude as a government official into somebody's car, and this man has a medical marijuana card, and we have hemp being perfectly legal, I don't think this was a legal search. But the court, as of 3 days ago, disagreed and found this to be a legal search. So my recommendation is keep your weed in a dispensary container. Always keep it in a dispensary container. I think that will really help.